from a night ago.
They made him work for every bucket, too.
8 for 24.
And when you look at it, you know, he's 0 of 7 from long range. This is the first time this season that he has not made a three-point field goal in a game. And it goes back to the last game of just a season ago. The last time he didn't make one, but he played 12 minutes in the final game of the season. They weren't playing him at that point. So this is a prolific shooter, someone that can get buckets in a variety of ways. And the Kings game plan and scheme for him so well throughout the course of this game.
Okay, so I'm going to give you my prediction. Keegan Murray, defensive player of the game.
I think so. I think he's getting the crown.
All right. See if we can lobby for our guy.
I mean, how many blocks did he end up with? 4?
Yep. Blocks, trapped. Man, they were hanging on his arms to no avail, no call. 8-second violation as a result. 17.7 to go.
De'Aaron Fox, completely shocked, turns to the official and was like, my goodness, what else do you got to do?
They got to give him a ride to urgent care right now after that. Luka.
And there it is.
Never want to play around with a single-digit lead. 5-point lead with 16.2 to go. You never want to sleep on Luka Doncic if he's got a pulse and a basketball in his hands. We're going to take a timeout with 16 seconds to go. Kings with possession when we come back. Sacramento Kings fans, ubiquitous everywhere around the association. In all 30 cities, we seem to find a few. Saw a bunch tonight. Sacramento tries to put this game on ice. They advance it on the timeout call. Harrison Barnes, the trusted inbounder. See if the Mavericks put pressure on Barnes, the inbounder, or try and take away a pass. Get it into Herder. Back to Barnes. Monk, who's a great free throw shooter. And a foul on Malik Monk. So Monk will go to the free throw line and try and say good night. 82% free throw shooter. You never want to take chances. We saw what happened in Phoenix. We saw what happened in Milwaukee. No doubt you don't have to remind Malik Monk and the Kings about it. Missed both free throws. Mavs get a timeout. Down by 5. Trying to keep their hopes alive. Time to exercise your next play speed if you're Sacramento. One of those psychology terms for moving on.
And you know, it's interesting that you bring up the psychology standpoint of it, because obviously the Kings have a tremendous sports psychologist, and I was speaking with her before the game, and she also works with the San Francisco Giants, and there's such a difference between the two. We were talking about the difference between the two. She said for her, she feels like basketball players more quickly recover from shooting slumps. And when you look at Malik Monk, he is such a tremendous free throw shooter. And over the last 12 games, coming into tonight, he's shooting just 70% from the free throw line. Prior to that, he was shooting over 89%. And so a certain degree, being in these situations right now, it is a psychological thing because we know he's a tremendous free throw shooter. And so it's just about putting in the work. And the great news is that the Kings have all of those options available to them. They have all of the people that can help, all of the, the right support team.
So let's take a little inventory here, Katie. The five on the floor defensively for Sacramento: Barnes, Lyles, Herter, Fox, and Keegan Murray. Murray is draped all over Luka Doncic.
And you're going to go all-out five-man switch because you've got shooters on the floor for Jason Kidd.
They're going to red everything. Inside to Kleba, over Herter, missed it, and tipped it in. It is a one-possession game with 7.2 to go. Herter can run the baseline after a made basket, but Mike Brown wants to call a timeout just to make sure. A huge night for De'Aaron Fox, and maybe he'll be the one to finally put this game away. He's got 34 points on 13 of 24 from the field. Very efficient night for De'Aaron Fox.
And he's just taking advantage of the deficiencies in this Mavericks defense, and he's gotten all of his points in the mid-range game, in the paint. He's only got one triple. He's been to the free throw line. He's been aggressive getting there, 7 of 8 from the charity stripe, but he's also gotten his teammates involved. He's done a great job assisting, 5 assists to go along with those 34 points. And the ball right now, Mark, is going to be in his hands.
Well, we've got 7.2 to go. They're probably going to advance it here after the timeout. Kings looking for their third consecutive win and the second consecutive win to start this 7-game road trip. Kyrie Irving watching, out with that thumb injury. Kevin Herter looking this way with one of those I know something you don't know look. And we can only hope that it's a good thing, Katie.
You were talking about it earlier, the ATOs after timeout execution by this team has been top-notch.
You never want to throw it back towards your basket.
Absolutely not.
Keep it in the front court, which they do. They get it to Fox, quickly back to Barnes. Great pass by De'Aaron to burn some clock and to get it to Harrison Barnes, who'll go to the free throw line. Barnes, an 83% foul shooter.
And I love how Harrison, when he caught the ball, he knew the foul was coming. A lot of people wonder, why don't you dribble away from that contact? Because you don't want to take the chance right here. What if they poke the ball out of your hand? What if there's a mistake where you dribble it off of your foot and the other team ends up with it, which we saw just a game ago by Steph Curry in Golden State.
If he makes one of these, it might be over. It'll become a 2-possession game. And there it is. The exclamation point for the Harrison Barnes revenge tour. There are no more cities to go after Golden State.
That's it.
Dallas, right? It's only been 2
Golden
teams.
State, Dallas, that's it. Revenge tour is short.
HB on his HBO, which means help a brother up. Sacramento Kings are going to win this one. Final score 120 to 115.